Hello and welcome to another video with me, ChrisTOURpher. Today we are at Iron City Motorcycles in South Shields, and in front of me we have the KTM 990 Duke. Today I'll begin hands-on with this lovely bike, going through my first impressions and everything you need to know if you're considering a 1 litre bike. So, without further ado, let's dive in. So the first thing you notice on this bike is the display, which I absolutely adore. We've got the massive miles per hour number and the rev gauge right here, which is stunning, and to be honest, I think it's really well thought out. The numbers pop up in bold when you hit that RPM, which is just a really nice touch. There's also a fuel gauge, which, I'll be honest, you never know how handy it is until you get a bike that doesn't have one. I'm talking from experience here, please. I would recommend always get a bike with a fuel gauge. You also have the temperature and time, which are handy bits of information to just know at a glance. There's a bunch of other information at the bottom, which I'll go through later in this video. Now, it is worth noting this bike that I'm on right now came with some extra features called the Tech Pack. Now, what I'll do is I'll throw all the information on screen right now, so you have it all at your fingertips. Alrighty, time to go through all these buttons. First off, the right hand side is keeping things simple with just the one button, the ignition kill switch. On the left is where all the magic happens. So we've got all the controls here. At the top here we've got the hazards, like this one. It's almost as if I planned that. We also have the cruise control button, the display and navigation buttons, the horn, indicator buttons, cruise control resume button, and then a custom button that you can set yourself. Now that we've pulled up, let's go through the display settings. First off, you'll see a side stand warning, so let's just kick that up. Now, let's deep dive into the settings. Here you can select your riding mode, which is great and super easy to use. So if you're riding in rain, just stick it on rain mode. It will help increase your traction control in the harsher weathers and a bunch of other things that will just help you stay upright on the road. Sport mode is recommended for the typical rider. Track mode is super heightened responses and stiffens the suspension right up, so you are the best you can be on track. Performance mode just gives you that little extra oomph from the sports mode, and then street is great for city riding and commuting. In this section you get a bunch of useful information at a glance, such as when your next service is due and if there's any engine codes and faults, which is really nice to know with a few clicks. And this is where you can toggle on and off a variety of features such as the quick shifter, ABS, traction control, and loads more. Again, bear in mind some of these will be Tech Pack exclusives. In terms of riding position, you're very sat up like a commuter bike. I personally find this a very comfortable way to sit, and I've just realised my glove has fallen to pieces. That's nice. Anywho, it might not look it initially, but the seat is actually really comfortable. So much so that I've actually been riding this bike for around 5 hours now, and it's like I've just got on it. It's great. So I've just pulled over here to show you a bit more about the riding position. So I'm 6'2", and you can see here that my feet are firmly on the ground and no issues whatsoever. Now if I just get off the bike, you can see here that the seat height is actually really low. It's just above my knee. So in terms of if you're a bit shorter, this bike will probably be absolutely spot on for you as well. Now let's just pop back on and I'll show you where I am. So the one thing I was a bit concerned about is the shape of the tank. So you can see here that my legs are quite flush with the tank. If you are maybe 6'5" or above, maybe do try and sit on it for yourself, because it might be a little bit restrictive on your knees. But for the majority of people, this should be absolutely spot on. Can I just say, the handling of this bike is phenomenal. It's so nimble and I can really just throw it in the corners nicely. This really does not feel like a 1 litre bike at all. It's comfortable for the longer rides out, and hello. So yeah, With it being fully customizable to your own riding style, this is a cracking bike. It's definitely worth booking a test ride if you're interested. And that's all from me for now. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you have any further questions, please feel free to comment down below and I'll be sure to get back to you. If you enjoyed this content, please drop me a like and a subscribe. It really does help me out. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.